All right, I'm in McKeesport, Pennsylvania. For those of you who don't know, it's a little town about 10 miles south of Pittsburgh. We're driving around and see what we can see. You may want to stick around for this. This one's going to be kind of a video letter to our president on how to be the best president ever. So you may want to stick around for that because got a couple things to say you may or may not be interested in. Most of you probably just tell me to shut the fuck up. That's fine. But we're going to drive around and we're going to see what we can see at first. Then I'll see what's rattling around in my brain. So basically, this used to be another steel town outside of Pittsburgh, known as Tube City. They used to make steel tubes, but I think back in the 80s they shut all that down. The town at one time was thriving. It had about 50,000 people or so. Now it's less than 20,000. Out of those 20,000, about a third of those are living below the poverty line. So there's not a whole lot going on in McKeesport, Pennsylvania right now. The economy's pretty shitty. Crime is, if you look at the stats, crime is pretty bad around here. A lot of drugs, a lot of murders, a lot of ne'er-do-wells doing ghastly things to each other. Not a whole lot keeping this place afloat. As a result, not a lot of money coming in, and they certainly don't take care of the roads here, that's for sure. So I apologize for the bumpy ride. Here comes an ambulance. I hope whoever's inside that ambulance or is going to be in that ambulance is okay. Hope nobody's too hurt. So we're going to be driving around one of the more depressed looking neighborhoods of McKeesport, just to give you a view. See what we're up against here. There are better looking towns for sure. Better looking roads, that goes without saying. See what we got here. There's a set of stairs. I don't know if anybody want to go up. Goes up to, looks like an abandoned home. So let's look around here. You'll see a lot of boarded up homes. I don't know if they qualify as being homes anymore. They are houses, structures nonetheless. Some of them have seen better days. There's an abandoned place with his windows knocked out. Boarded up homes around. Yeah, if anybody needs a mattress, there's one in there for you. But anyway, where I was going with this whole thing is, Mr. President, if you have a mind to, it might not be a bad idea. Okay, how about if we start with this place? Now, there's towns like this all over the country. Not just Pittsburgh, and they're everywhere. They're all over the country. Places that look pretty shitty. The economies have gone bad for a while now, and Doesn't seem to be any end in sight. You have some of the best minds, some of the highest paid scientists on your payroll, devising all types of weapons of war and weapons delivery systems, and we spend gobs of money on that type of industry every year. We send, I don't know how much money overseas. I know it's a lot. We send a whole bunch overseas. So, you know, don't you think you have enough bombs and fighter aircraft and bombers and attack submarines and such? Don't you think you have enough of that? We've spent a lot of money doing that. So how about if we start spending money here? Let's start with this. Let's just for, you know, a couple of years, just give it a break. I mean, let's face it, the boogeyman that everybody in Washington was trying to scare us about for years and years and years, they seem to have gone away. You don't hear anything about them anymore. You know, that crazy little guy down in North Korea, whatever happened to him, he's gone. ISIS, they're, for a while there, that's all we were talking about was ISIS and the Taliban and Al-Qaeda. Yeah, they were, you know, everybody talked about them for a long time. They were very popular, but they just went away. Kind of like Nickelback. So, yeah, so look, we only have one boogeyman right now that we're dealing with. So, you have all this power of the pen, these presidential executive orders. You can decide to just write a check and put our great grandchildren in hock. Hell, they're born into hock. Look, another abandoned place. So how about let's give our great grandchildren something to look forward to when they're born. Look at that boarded up house. Look at that house. I bet you it was magnificent at one time. Yeah, so how about if we do that? Let's spend money on this. Let's fix this type of town. Let's go all over the rest of the country. I mean, hell, just write another check. That's what you guys are doing all the time anyway. Just writing checks. Yeah, you're just printing money. So let's fix this fucking place. How about that? When we do that, you do that, you'll be the best president ever. You will go down in history as the absolute best president that we've ever had. I mean, there's been some good ones. You know, Lincoln was great. Kennedy was good. You know, Reagan, I don't know, whatever your stance is. I'm not political, but you know what I'm saying. You know where I'm going with that. Look, Mr. Biden, you're going to, you may not be around for too much longer. I mean, I've looked at, I mean, it's just, look at this. Look at this place, just shut down. Piano and refrigeration hauling. Look at that place. Wow. Picture that was something. I bet you back in the 50s and 60s, that place was just absolutely booming, moving pianos and refrigerators around. But, yeah, how about doing that? You know, so Kamala Harris, you'll probably be, you know, you're definitely the runner-up, and you'll probably be in the Oval Office before you know it. You know, behind the desk, actually. So, why not, why don't you tell all your friends, look, we've got lots of money. The brightest minds money can buy, developing all kinds of weapons and stuff. Why don't you put those people to work and devise a plan to fix this shit? There's some smart people out there. Look at this. Everything's just shut down, and we've got some smart people out there. Let's put them to work. They're on the payroll anyway. And, you know, I know you guys are all beholden to big corporations and big energy and all that other stuff. Well, those energy people, they've got lots of people on their payroll too. Why don't they devise some way to be more sustainably supplying us with energy? And I bet you they could do it. I mean, I don't know how it's done. I'm not very smart, but you guys are, and you've got all our money to do it. So shit, spend our money on something that's good. Let's stop with the war, or the threat of war, like you keep trying to scare us. Let's stop with that, and let's develop a way to figure out a way to make these towns thrive again. Okay, the steel industry's gone. Okay, whatever. Figure out something else. I mean, come on. You guys are smart. I don't have the answers. All I know is, if you want to be the best president ever, start here. Start with this. If you really care about us, like you say, start here. Fix this fucking town. This town is, unfortunately, a little piece of shit of a town, and they're all over the country. There's so many towns that look like this. And there's some good people living here, don't get me wrong. They don't want to live like this. They don't like it. Nobody likes this. Who wants to come into this town? Who wants to live here? I mean, come on. So anyway, so that's my rant for today. Let's fix little towns. Let's be the best president ever. I mean, you got my vote, man. I didn't vote for you this time. I didn't vote for the other guy either. But if you do this, if you start changing these towns, if you stop spending our money overseas, stop spending our money on war machines, stop all that stuff, funnel all that money into making these little towns what they should be, at least sustaining. Do something. Figure it out. If you can do that, hell, I'll change my fucking name to Joe Biden Jr. I don't care. I really don't care. I'll change my name to Kamala Harris Jr. I really don't give a shit. Just fix this stuff. Just do that. Start here. Start fixing these towns. Keep our money at home and figure it out. If you need any advice, I'm definitely not your guy, but I'm certainly not your guy. But the only advice I can give you is start fixing this. Let's keep our money here. If you're gonna sign another damn stupid bill, let's make sure there's no pork in it. Let's make sure that everything on that bill has to do with making this place a better place. Let's do that. Let's do that. I'm not gonna say make America great again. I'm not gonna do that. But let's just start with making this place a great place. You can do it. I've got faith in you. You've been in office for 48 years doing one thing or another. I don't know what you've done. I really don't. I'm sorry for being so ignorant. I have no clue what you've done. But now you've got a chance. You've got a pen, right? So whip out the old pen and start. If you're going to start signing checks, man, you start with right here. How about that? All right. Well, anyway, that's my rant for today. I love you all. Mr. President, Ms. Vice President, I wish you the best of luck. I really sincerely do. I want you to succeed. And I think you can succeed by starting right at home. All right. Ciao.